thing is, they say it's the SKR Mini E3 V1.2, and that's supposed to be a drop-in replacement for the Energy. Yeah?
Small miscalculation on the clamping.
You mean
I
the
should
belt?
have. What's that?
Should have clamped it and put it together before you put the belts on?
It would have been helpful. But I wanted to build the CoreXY off of the machine, so, or at least I wanted to that's not so bad. But yeah, I wanted to build up or to align everything. I needed to bit the CoreXY off the machine, basically. As long as I don't have to take the rails off again, I shouldn't have to do that again.
Okay.
Why can I never get a predictable amount of Loctite out of this thing? Saturday night, I will not be doing a stream.
Good.
I'll be away from home. So, just FYI, don't look for one on Saturday.
Fine by me.
I just like to let people know in case somebody might actually be like, where's the stream? back here. You ever watch Adam Savage's tested YouTube channel?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So you've seen him messing around with Spot?
Yes.
Yeah, I haven't. I've got a bunch of videos to catch up on as far as Spot goes, but I was just watching that he made like a rickshaw for.
Yep.
Is there a video where he actually makes the rickshaw, or did he not do that?
Yes. Yes.
Awesome. I'd actually be kind of interested, not necessarily to make a rickshaw, but he has a lot of little things he throws out there while he's building things, and it seems like that would be a good one that I might pick up some good tips on.
Okay, cool.
I like to dabble in woodworking from time to time. I am pretty much a little more than a novice at it, maybe even a novice, depending on what your metric is. But I still find it fun. Ooh. Well, a 1, 2, 3 block can dent aluminum.
Okay. Not sure. What did you drop it on?
When I was trying to, I dropped it on the aluminum bar at the bottom. Nothing critical.
Okay.
Not that I want to repeat said event, but I don't think there's anything other than a tiny little bit of superficial damage.
Well, let's hope not.
Have you printed the Jubilee parts yet, or are you still waiting to?
Oh, I've got all my Jubilee parts.
All right.
I've got
Did you already printed the extra spacer for the crossbar?
I did.
Right, because I think that needs to change. My personal opinion.
Yeah.
I am not a fan of how close it is to the belt. It might be okay, but I don't think it's worth potentially damaging these belts to find out.
No. Well, that's not.
What's that?
I updated the firmware and now it doesn't work. Because there you go.
Well, at least you're not going to run it into the side again, though. Or the hard stops.
Yeah, it just doesn't work at all at this point.
Well, I'm just looking on the bright side.
Yeah, I'm gonna just pull a new copy of Marlin and yeah, I'll just pull a new copy of Marlin and go from there. Yay!
Indeed.
It just gets old after a while, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because Marlin is just so painful as far as like, I mean, it's not that hard to configure it. It's just kind of it's definitely a pain.
I haven't messed with Marlin. God, it's been a long time. Like, I feel like pre-2016. I mean, I still have a printer with it, but I haven't updated it in a long time. I haven't really printed with it in a long time either. Took, for some reason, I can't wait till we get the aluminum corner plates, especially for the motor, because things just don't slide nicely for tensioning. That was one of the reasons I was having such a hard time getting tension last night, is that if I overshot the mark by a little bit,
Yeah.
like it was really difficult to get the pressure to back off because it just doesn't slide very well in the plastic slots, at least not on my prints. I'd wanted to have this frame tightened down before I had to mess around, but I did get a little bit earlier of a start today, so
Oh, that's good.
won't take me too long to only got one side to do next. So things have been rapidly changing in the Hemera arena, it looks like.
Yeah?
Yeah, you guys saw a little bit of what you guys were doing and completely changing around the dock. And
Well, yeah, it is changing. Sorry about that.
yeah, after I just got done reprinting them. Oh well. Do you have a source for the dowels yet, or anything?
I haven't gotten that far. Today was a pretty long work day. I finished around 7. And then I had to run out to the store, and then I got back just a few minutes ago before you started.
Gotcha. Sometimes when I think about like Tony Stark, for example, the reason I don't believe in Tony Stark is
I'm sorry, you don't believe Tony Stark?
well, the reason I don't believe someone like Tony Stark could exist is the amount of engineering involved in what he does, and the fact that it seems like he does it almost instantly when, from personal experience, an entire team of engineers couldn't come up with a tenth of what he does in twice the time.
Well, you know he does have Jarvis to do a lot of the grunt work.
I suppose that's true.
And he is a super genius.
But still, the amount of engineering that takes place in such a short period of time.
Yeah.
I think it'd be awesome if somebody like Tony Stark could exist, but I just don't see how anybody could be that productive.
Hmm. An hour remaining to export this branch? What? All I'm doing is making a copy of it. Gee.
Out of the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe, which movie was your favorite?
Oh, I'm not sure. I am so brain dead at the moment I can't even think of movies. It reminds me I should get up and get another glass of water. Hey, there's my Platform IO finally loaded. Hmm. So yeah, I've got an Ender 3 here that I'm finally getting up and running. Mostly because I essentially sold my Ender 5. I've got 2 more in boxes, but this one's already put together.
Thought you were gonna start working on the Jubilee here.
Oh, I needed parts. I needed to make some parts.
Oh, you don't have any working printers right now?
Not at the moment. And of course, the Ender 5 that I took over to Tim's, he's been using it for days, and then he tried to do something and he got a nozzle clog. Now he's using a silk PLA that I've had for a while. He's using a gold silk, and I don't know, it clogged up pretty bad, and I don't know why. But he doesn't really. He was really happy with the first like 4 prints that he did with it. Then he tried to do one that was going to take like 30 hours. And I don't know why it was giving him trouble. But he went to look at it in the major clog, and it's like, dude, I think something happened, and you got the Bowden tube came loose. You got a gap between the Bowden tube and the nozzle. Is what I'm thinking has happened. Okay, why is this export taking so freaking long?
Oh my god. I've dropped the same set screw 5 times.
Yeah.
So your original Hermera mount or bracket, that worked with the default tool spacing and all that?
Oh yeah, that works. It works fine until you try to put a tool board on it. If you're wiring it directly, it'll be fine. It's just we were trying to get the tool board on there.
Seems like a massive change just for the tool board.
Tool board has some interferences that have to be accounted for.
Still not clear why the tool board couldn't be on top of the Hermera.
Well, you have to have a filament path.
Right, but I'll have to look. I was thinking,
And the stepper motor is, I mean, you can't really even rotate the stepper motor 180 degrees. So the stepper motor, it has the connection has to go up, right?
gotcha.
So the stepper motor connection is up. The filament connection is up, right? And then, yeah.
I think they'll still print off one of the originals since I've got all the parts for it.
Absolutely, yeah.
Alright. There. CoreXY frame is now officially attached.
Oh, good.
And now, aside from the tools, I have a mechanically complete Jubilee.
Cool.
Now it's in the way.
Thing is, if I get too stuck with the with Marlin, if it gives me too much trouble, I'll just drop back and punt and load up Clipper and go with that.
All right.
I just find exporting this, I'm just simply, I've got a local repository that I just updated to the latest Marlin, and then I'm just trying to export it to a different working area, so I've got a working copy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want to mess with the local copy I've got, because the next thing you know, as soon as you do that, you end up with oh look, well, there's an update, and on the update, and now everything I've done is broken, or it gets overwritten, or something. I'm not sure why it's taking so long to copy from one side to the other. I don't think I've got that much stuff running. That's power supply.
Yep. Sure hope I have enough standoffs for all this. Somehow, I'm thinking I don't.
Did you get a panel due?
No, well, I had, but I ended up returning it.
Oh, okay.
It didn't really make sense to have a panel due and a Raspberry Pi, and then I'd need to have two screens, and so I sent the panel due back and got another 3HC instead.
Okay.
Alright, I think that's all the major components for now. And I know there's spots on here for all of this stuff. It would have been nice to see what poof's intention, even if it didn't have a nice manual with everything laid out perfectly. It would have been nice to kind of see a mock-up of where all the major components are supposed to go. So I don't have to try to play Tetris with the electronics.
Yeah.
Well, I know, let's start off just by mounting the power supply at least. I know that where that's supposed to go. It'd be nice to keep the protective layer on the board, but all right. Huh. I wonder why he didn't put nuts in the corners.
I think they're intersecting with is that the back panel?
Yeah, I was just looking at the layout for all of the connections for the extrusions, but he didn't actually put any nuts in any of the corners. He just put them on the main part.
Huh. Well, I mean, you can't put it all the way to the corner because you run into the locking brackets.
Well, there's holes there, though, is what I was getting at.
Yeah, so you can reach through them with the driver.
Oh, you mean, okay, I think I know what you meant.
Yeah, so you can put a nut or an Allen wrench through the hole to get to the corner bracket.
I gotcha. You know, I wish we had the little acrylic pieces that went into these holes. They didn't send us any of the cutouts.
No. So you're gonna take take the paper all the way off, or
I will eventually, yeah. Right now, what's that?
on the paper? You got to mount everything on the paper.
Well, for now, until, like, as I'm trying to move around the electronic components, I didn't want to scrape it all up.
Oh, okay.
And then once I figure out, so I was just going to drop in all the T-nuts and whatnot for at the moment, and then I was going to get it to, get around to taking it all the way off. Oh, for idiot.
Are you gonna put the you gonna put all the electronics on it before you put it up on the back of the machine?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Oh, all right.
I believe that's the way he intended, but generally, whenever we build back planes, usually they're done on a bench and then put into the cabinet. So I figured what I was going to do here as well.
Makes perfect sense to me.
Just paranoid that I'm going to put all these in backwards, even though I'm sitting here looking at it, 10 times to make sure I'm not. Still don't trust myself. Oh, by the way, yesterday
Yeah.
we're talking about like terminal strips or something along those lines, and I have some of these.
So I can't see what you got.
Basically, it's screw terminals,
Oh.
and they're connected across, and then it comes with a package of jumpers, so you can create
Oh,
like.
those.
What's
Yep.
that?
You can create a ground bus.
Exactly.
So you can run all your grounds to one place. I see it.
Or power.
Or power, or whatever. Nice.
Yeah, they're not too expensive on Amazon. I don't know what kind I was going to need, so I ordered a couple different sizes and figure I'll have a virtual lifetime supply of them now. But
Hey, gentlemen.
hey, how's it going?
Good.
You see what I'm playing with?
Yeah.
Just in time.
Looks good. So my existing printer that I use right now, I just got acrylic panels for it. But the funny part was I ordered them from China for like cheaper than I could probably have them made here, and they were shipped here. And I got them in like 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. Normally they were like over $100 a set, and for some reason they had them on sale for like $65 or something one day.
Are these
not bad.
panels that you customized, or are these panels that already existed?
They already existed. They're for a printer that is kind of on the decline for this company, so they've got their new printer, which has a totally different design as far as the panels go. So I just kind of counted my blessings and ordered a set.
Okay.
Nice. But yeah, whenever you're ordering something that's pre-made like that, then it's usually you're going to get a better deal than getting it customized.
Yeah. Yeah, depending on how things look going into Murph, I may either run another set of 5 and take them to Murph and see if people are interested in them, or I can do up to 20 fairly easily.
Okay. Cool.
I think it's a cool idea to take them to Murph, but it'd be nice to have some sort of promise that at least something is going to get sold there, you know?
Yeah, I'll probably list them. I'm going to list the remaining 2 sets that I have now in the group and see if anybody wants them.
2 sets. Where'd the third one go? Oh, wait a minute. You,
mine.
me, and Brian. Yeah, of course. Obviously.
I am.
So
I'm
the only
slow
thing
today.
there that was, I had them cut a custom panel for my back for the electronics panel, and I laid it out just on the idea of 2 SKRs, and I made it so that I can rotate them by 90 degrees, which lets me kind of figure out which way is going to work best, right? Without having to kind of commit to it. I was like, well, as long as I can flip it in 4 different positions, probably will work out, right?
Yeah.
But that one panel ended up costing me like $90.
Oh, okay. All right. Go ahead.
He had to pull an entire sheet just for that one panel.
All right.
So he's holding on. Brain death.
Well, all right. I need to open I need to open. I did something to the firmware on this new board I got. I'm trying to update the firmware, and now I'm staring at Visual Studio with Platform IO on it, and I just downloaded the firmware from Big Tree Tech for it's an SKR Mini E3.
Yeah.
And I'm staring at it going, all right, now how the hell do I open the damn project? You know, it's just like I'm looking right at it going, I have to create a new project for it, don't I? Right? Or just open and drill down.
Well, if you're using Visual Studio Code, right?
Yeah.
You should be able to just open the folder.
That's kind of what I thought.
Because the only thing that workspaces let you do is save settings and scope the settings to that particular folder.
Yeah, and I go to I've got the folder in something called my projects, and I go into my projects, and it's like, and there's nothing there. And it's like, what do you mean it's not there? I'm looking right at it.
That's really weird.
Just really tired, so I'm looking at it going, I can't even.
Not gonna do it.
I wonder if it does a drag and drop. Let's find out. I hope it doesn't move as a copy. I should just be able to open the Platform IO file, and that would take care of all the rest of it. Because I've done this before. If I get to a point where I just don't want to deal with it anymore, I'll just drop back load Clipper on it. Not that it's hard. Import Arduino project. Why can it not even? It can't even see the folder. Just put it and restart it.
Like whatever glue they used on this stuff is super stretchy.
So I've been looking at the Duet oh my gosh, tool boards, and I'm a little disappointed to see that so far up on GitHub, the only thing they have there is PDFs of the schematic, and there's lots of stuff that's kind of not obvious from the schematics that are up there. Things like the MOSFETs or other things.
Are you looking to build another one?
Well, what I want to do is, so I've looked at it. The only thing with it that I can see so far is the CAN bus support on it. It looks like they're using the SAM21D 18 processor.
Yeah.
Which has CAN on it, but I believe that's a discontinued processor because it's not up on Microchip's site anymore for that particular.
Oh, it's got a CoreXY M0 on it.
Yeah, it's a Cortex M0. The ones that they're kind of pushing now with, and this was the thing I was looking at. It looks like they picked the one that they picked, and it doesn't actually have a CAN bus on it. But then what they do is they have a CAN bus chip that they added on top. But I can't really tell because they don't have all the chip IDs in the schematic. So I'm taking peeks and seeing what I can get as far as the pictures that people are posting with stuff up close.
Okay.
But essentially, it is the same processor that's on the Arduino Zero.
Yep.
And a driver, and not a whole lot. It'd be pretty simple, and if I can make one minus the CAN bus, it will work perfectly for Clipper.
Okay. You still have to connect to it. So you're going to use a TTL.
Yeah. I'm not sure. Maybe RS485.
Yeah, that could do it. TTL connection.
Yeah, the main reason I'm looking at not using CAN bus, because I would love to use CAN bus. I love CAN bus. But the Clipper protocol isn't really made for a fixed packet size.
No, it isn't.
So yeah, so that's project, big project number like 3 on my list.
Okay. There it goes. I can see it.
What's that?
Oh, it just took a bit for it to show up. And there we go. Yay! Just like I said, it took me a minute to get to drill down to open the project. And there's my platform I/O. All right, here we go. SMT32F 103RC, big tree, no USB, blah, blah. Shouldn't have to make any changes here because it's the firmware that's listed. What am I doing? Why am I? You would think if you wanted to open the file to edit it, you just double click it. You'd think, there it goes. It didn't do it before. Why did it do it now? Whatever. I'm too tired. Well, let's see if it'll actually build. It's like 99 plus problems. It's like, yeah, it should build any. It should go ahead and build it anyway. Platform IO call and the Visual Studio called problems in Marlin, and it's all about things that are not active, right? So it's all in the if statements. So this new board's got, it's the SKR E3 Mini, or Mini E3 1.2. So it's got 22.9 and UART mode built onto the board. So it's running 2209. These boards handle Clipper without any real problem.
Oh yeah.
But one of the things we run into is it doesn't do the, well, there are some weirdness with the displays. If you're not running displays with them, they're fine. And even if you are, if you run an older display, it seems to work better. I don't have enough of the new, I don't have any new displays to play with it, so I just got a TFT 3.5, one of the E models that fits right into the Ender platform. And it was working until I tried to update software, and then it just all stopped working. So anyway, worst case, drop back, punt, compile it for Clipper, and just go to town on it that way. Clipper doesn't support the serial applications for TFT displays, at least not yet. But if you're running a Pi, you don't need it because you do all your control from the Pi interface, right?
Right.
It's like using the panel do. Compiling. So what have you got so far? Power supply and SSR?
Yeah, that's all. Apparently, I did not peel back enough of the tape. Yeah, instead of just putting in the 6mm M4s, I put in 8mm M4s, and I put a washer and
Yeah.
lock washer in there.
Okay.
So it'll space it out a little bit more, but also I won't have to worry about Loctite or anything.
True. Wow, this build's taken a while. Oh. How did I? Never mind. For whatever reason, it's running the Win32 version of it. I installed the 64-bit. Why is it running the 32-bit? Oh well.
Sorry, what was the question?
I was like, why is this taking so long? And I look down and I see Win32 across the bottom of my Visual Studio. What? Did I launch the wrong version? Damn it!
Oh,
I mean, it's not going to break it. It's just going to take longer. So did you guys find a nice venue?
no, we're still looking. Right now, she's got classes and homework, and that is far more important.
All right. That was an interesting noise.
Yeah, I just pushed my little bolt bins off of a piece of wood. They didn't spill, they just all shifted.
Mm. Here's another example of because we can, Space Invaders on the display of your printer. Definitely falls into the because we can phase.
You mean Space Invaders isn't essential to every good 3D print?
No, I mean you can play Space Invaders on your control on your display.
Right, never mind.
Hey, Vector, what are you doing? You missed. Okay. bags make a huge amount of noise.
Sorry. There, I'm done with the bags.
Okay.
Okay. Boy, there's a lot of stuff.
Modular control systems.
Ow.
Ow.
Yeah, something on the board poked me. And it poked me right. And then, well, you know how I have dry skin on my fingers. It managed to poke a hole in me.
Ouch.
Okay. So where do you go?
Succeeded.
Well, that looks like that matches.
So it looks like I had a successful build for this. Except I think I got the wrong. Why did it pick the no USB version of the board?
I think I more or less see where everything is supposed to go.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Unless I'm somehow looking at the wrong set of holes, but I don't think so.
Okay.
Better question is, what the heck orientation do I do it in? Because they are not, basically I can put it in any direction I want. But I kind of don't like where he put the Raspberry Pi holes.
The pie holes?
Yes, the Pi holes. For some reason, he decided to put the Raspberry Pi right between the 3HC boards and the 6HC board. I don't know if you can see the camera right now, but this is more or less right where they go.
Huh.
And it just seems
And why
like,
why is it that way?
yeah, the Pi would be nice to like put over here or something. Get it out of the way.
Well, where's the jumper to the pie? Is there a jumper to the pie from the board?
I haven't figured out where all the wires are going quite yet.
So I think some of that is due to the fact that the board was first laid out for the 2, not the 3.
He's got a 2, right?
No, this is
Or
a
is that
3.
3? That's a 3?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, remember your 3 has got a 40-pin connector that goes from the 3 to the Pi. 40-pin wire jumper.
It does?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the Duet 3 does a 40-pin connection to the Pi.
I had no idea. I thought they were just going to connect through like an Ethernet port or something.
No, that's why that big black, yeah, right there. See that?
So that makes more sense. But isn't this guy right here the CAN bus? Like, I don't know if you can see it, but it basically doesn't give you any room for a CAN bus cable. It goes directly into the Pi.
Yeah.
same thing goes for these ones down here unless I change their orientation somehow. Does Daniel have anything about his way he put together his panel anywhere?
Not that I can tell.
Is he on? Where's my mouse? He's not on. Bummer. You know, maybe I can put the pie on a different level or something.
All right, maybe. So
that way it'll give it some clearance so I can actually get the CAN bus cable in there.
Where's the CAN bus cable?
Right here, which is about just a couple millimeters from the pie. Well, okay, half an inch from the pie. Maybe 3/4. But still, it's going to be a hell of a tight turn for a CAN bus cable to make. Does the Duet even come with CAN bus cables? Or do I have to make them or buy them?
You shouldn't have to. They're RJ11s.
I honestly am not 100% sure. Look. Is that like a phone jack or is that just an Ethernet cord?
That's fine. It's a 6-pin.
It doesn't look like any of these cases. Let's see what's on this one. There's an oversight on my part. I have no way to connect the board, so I'll have to order something. It doesn't appear that it came with any connectors or
the
cable.
The H3s didn't come with any cables?
No. It came with a package of Duet connectors, but I don't see any phone cables in here. They're just the normal stuff that comes with every Duet.
Yeah, I'm checking to see what's on the Duet H3s.
Where? Wait, what's in here? Huh. I don't see anything that even resembles what I would think a CAN bus cable should be. And not the 3 or the 6 HC box. Usually they're so good about supplying, all the connectors and whatnot you need to hook stuff up. It didn't even occur to me to think that, hey, I might need to actually order cables for that. And 4 12mm long standoffs. I don't know, and somehow I doubt the bomb. Someone told me to buy them for... Nope. I only have enough standoffs for 2 boards at the moment.
It does not include the CAN FD cable. We recommend you purchase an ADSL 2 Plus high-speed broadband modem cable RJ11 to RJ11, required link for your application. So yeah, you don't get the cable. So there you go.
Yeah. That's what I get for not reading better.
Sorry, man.
Well, it's not that big of a deal. It's not like I was going to have it finished tonight anyway. I've got plenty of other cables to worry about, but...
And let's see if this works. Firmware having been compiled. Here we go. Yay. Fan freaking tastic.
So... brass or nylon standoffs?
Nylon will have a little bit of flex to them, but they're weaker.
Yeah, I was just looking on Amazon for standoff options. I'm short basically 4 for one board, and then I don't know exactly how high I even wanna. What's this? Not sure how high I even want to put the Raspberry Pi at the moment. So you have any thoughts or opinions on orientation of the 3HC boards?
I would, honestly, if you're gonna, you remember you're gonna have all your stepper controllers and whatnot, right? So are you gonna use the main board for all the motion control and then the expansion boards for tools?
And that was the idea.
All right.
Unfortunately, they're kind of backwards for that.
Yeah.
So you're thinking put the steppers as high up as possible?
Or, I mean, I would almost, because you got 6 steppers that you got to drive with the main board, right?
Right.
I'd almost put the main board down. Well, you don't really have an option because your standoffs are where your standoffs are, right?
Unless I wanted to try to drill the acrylic, and I don't really want
Yeah, I
to
don't
do
want
that.
to do that.
Here's a random question.
What's that?
Would you put 3 tools on one board and 1 on the other board, or put 2 tools on each?
No reason to not. Well, just from a standpoint of how are they numbered, right? When they're connected, how are the tools numbered? How do you map the tools?
I honestly have no idea how these are going to be addressed yet. I haven't looked into how the Duet 3 works.
Okay.
I'm assuming there's going to have to be like an address of what board you're on or something, along with what stepper on that board that you want to talk to.
Yeah, I think that's it.
So I don't think it really matters a whole heck of a lot if you do 2 on one and 2 on the other, or 3 on one and
Right.
3 on the other. I was just thinking about like if it would somehow increase the longevity of the boards to divide them up. Not that I would expect the boards to die anytime soon, but
I don't think there's a difference there.
I don't know. Maybe I'll just put them all on one. But I guess the other question is which one should be the main board of the two?
That's going to be all up to you.
Well, of course, I'm just thinking out loud. I'm almost
sorry.
thinking, huh?
I said, sorry.
But if you do have any opinions, I'm thinking out loud, but allowing you to chime in case you had a better idea than me. But I'm kind of thinking I'd put the board in the middle, maybe, as the main one, because it has the most direct route up to the top. Sorry, I know this video is not terribly interesting today. I'm just sitting here contemplating this. I'm almost thinking about 3D printing, instead of using the standoffs, 3D printing something for this to sit on. And then, because I also need to figure out how I'm getting all the stuff from the dumb boards down as well.
Okay.
Where did those go? Hmm. So this is sort of what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Do a 3D print that'll pick up these 4 holes on the middle one, and it'll extend up and have 3 mounting brackets for the 3 dumb boards here.
Oh, okay.
And do something similar over on the other one, but space the pie up significantly, probably, so that the dumb boards can be underneath it in case I ever want to, for whatever reason, run extra tools. Or maybe not. Maybe just for simplicity's sake, right now I just put all 4 dumb boards, something kind of like this.
It's okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, that makes a difference. Let's see if that makes a Steve, you still here?
Yep. What's up?
How are you for on the trinamic drivers, 2209s?
I've got a bunch.
If you see something where it says TMC Connect there, what do you think that might be? It's all right. I'm enabling
Yeah.
debug to see if I can get some more information out of it. Which just means I have to recompile it and try again. Yay?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So I just enabled TMC debug. So we'll see if we can get anything out of it. But
Using 2209s or?
yeah, I got 2209s. This is the SKR E3 Mini, version 1.2.
Okay.
There's an issue what they're saying that they burned up their boards. It's like, I just took this out of the pack. So there, I burned it, that I did something that it's pretty good about, unless it's just DOA kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I was able to, with the initial firmware that was on board, I was able to move things around and whatnot. So most of the times people say it doesn't build. I really think it's just operator error.
So there's a bug that was closed in August.
Yeah. Seems like it's a USB problem, USB driver.
Are you getting a UART connection error?
Yeah.
That's related to the 2209 drivers.
Oh, okay.
It may be that you've got them configured wrong.
Nah, here's the error. It's a stock with the Octopi. It has to do with the Octopi USB. So.
Okay.
So essentially, I have to. If I power it down, or if I power it down, I've got it. Basically, I need to cut the power line on the USB cord coming off the Pi.
Oh, okay.
It has to do with the sequencing on power up sequencing and connectivity. So the Pi, it looks like it's grabbing. Yeah, there it goes. So what happens is it looks like the Pi is grabbing information out of it, or it's serious communication issue.
Okay.
And then you can plug the Pi in, and then you can connect it. And then it connects, and we're all happy, joy. I still want to get the extended debug stuff.
Don't hear Ren and Stimpy references too often.
Really? Rolls downstairs, a loner impairs, runs over the neighbor's dog. A plug. Connection's good. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, I'm doing a new compile. I'm going to have the extended in there. I'm going to add a BL Touch, but the first thing I got to print is a BL Touch mount. So.
Chicken and the egg.
Well, yeah, I didn't look at the configuration. It's supposed to be for an Ender 3, and the configuration says it's for an Ender 3, so I just have to make sure that base configuration is looking good, and that I get the the physical dimensions right, and steps per millimeter, or millimeters per step, or whatever, whichever way Garland goes. 50-50, 90, I get it wrong.
Yep. Yeah. Hey guys, I gotta step out for the night.
You're going to be like social and stuff and family things.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you have a great evening. Thanks for the help.
No problem, guys.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Electronics seem to be the fun part of all this. Okay, not really, but there you go.
M4 nylon washers. Oh, I don't mind having an adventure, but I'm just feeling the pressure, so to speak. Just because I think it's going to take a while to get this electronics figured out. And I know that there's only so much time before Murph, and I still gotta, once I get it all put together, I still gotta get it configured. Nylon washers. I don't remember them in the BOM. Sure they're there, but and if they're there, I'm sure I ordered them. That said, however, I don't see them in my bins.
Okay. Well, they were going bang bang on the bed, so I just enabled PID bed. I don't know why we wouldn't do it.
Oh. There's nylon washers that come with the Duet electronics stuff, I think.
Yes, they do.
Trying to figure out where the heck the nylon washers are supposed to come from because I didn't buy any.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're all in there.
Huh. Theoretically, well, I found one.
Oh.
But, that said, I do have some other bags with Duet hardware and whatnot in it.
Oh, okay.
So, I'll just pull them from them. But yeah, that was weird. There was only one in that bag.
Huh.
I don't want to dump everything out of this just to get 2 little nylon washers.
I just got told it was time to go to bed.
Who told you that?
My watch, basically, it's set to, I've got an alarm that says go to bed.
I think I need to sit down and spend some quality time looking at the duet wiring information.
Yeah, it's in there. It's good stuff.
Yeah, I gotta figure out everywhere that needs, like, I'm guessing this is just 24 volt power. What
Yep.
is all? Let's see. Output 0. Why is there 2 output zeros? Oh, wait a minute. Okay, that's voltage in. That's confusing. It says out 0 input minus. Wait a minute.
Yeah, it's always, they give you all these.
I have no idea what this thing is talking about. I have a out 0, then output plus, out, or negative out 0, then next to that is output plus, then there's positive out 0, and then input minus. I am completely...
Honestly, what that's for.
What's that?
But I don't remember what that's for. You've got some I/O on the device. So
Yeah, I'm assuming there's a bed heater involved there somewhere. That's why, obviously, we're not going to be using that. Well, I guess that will that will drive the relay, though, right?
Yeah, it'll drive the SSR.
Where does the Pi get voltage from? Does it get it from that 40-pin connector, or does it need its own power supply? What?
It pulls it off the duet.
Okay. That's cool. I didn't realize how heavily Duet integrated the Pi into the board. Interesting.
Well, it's really only using about 5 or 6 connectors on that ribbon cable. So it's using TTY serial connection to talk to the duet board.
You know what? I think the solid-state relay needs to be mounted upside down now that I'm looking at it.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yep. Figures.
What's that?
I just saw in the instructions that it says put the AC side down and the DC side up. which is exactly what I was thinking it needs to have when I started looking at it. And of course, per usual, and I put it in upside down.
That happens that way sometimes.
Don't usually do things incorrectly so often. I feel like I'm doing excessive amounts of rework on this machine.
Well, when are you starting to work?
What's up?
What time of day are you starting to work?
You mean, when do I get up for work? Or when do I start working on the duet? Or I mean the machine.
You know, the end of your work day, after you've already had your family,
Yeah.
when you really ought to be, so you're starting when you're exhausted. Come on, mister. Food. Come on, buddy. Mister. He's like, food? I can do food.
So I'm thinking I'm going to need to supply 24 volts to 3 boards.
Yep. Guess what you have coming off the board? Well, all right, you're going to need 24 volts to 3 boards, right?
Yeah.
And you don't need to run any power to anything else off the power supply, right?
All right, there's 3 24 volt connections on here.
Yep.
Let's see what you're getting at.
Now, you are going to need to make sure you get the ground bus on there so you have more grounds. And something I've not checked is, and this is, I need to step away from it, but just as a shits and giggles, see if the ground, the AC ground on your power supply goes to the chassis on the power supply. Because you're going to need to verify that. We're back.
Hey, Mama. Hello.
Trash night. I had to run the trash down.
Yeah, that was me yesterday. Or this
Sorry.
morning, rather.
Friday morning. All right. Okay. Got a new drug. One that won't make me sick. Firmware with the extended TMC debugging in it.
By the way, the ground does go to the chassis here.
Okay. Now, does the ground, the AC or the DC minus also? And the only reason I ask is that doggone it. I'm just having brain, it's like, what am I trying to say? So you're going to have to make sure that the frame is grounded. So that's all.
No, DC minus is not connected to ground.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Did you, what just, I don't know what you just did.
It's just pointing, or just I'm holding something up to the camera right now.
Oh, you're creating a ground bus?
Yeah.
Is it connected or not connected?
No, it's not connected. I'm also gonna need to connect
Gonna throw this in the Discord. Because it came up in our conversation, right? A reference from TH3D Studios, talked about grounding. Alex also has a thing on power supply safety. So that's a thing.
Yeah, if I only space up the pie with very, very short spacers, it should.
You're looking at giving it some clearance underneath it?
Well, need a little bit, right?
Okay. All right.
Could always stick the main board on 25 millimeter or 20 millimeter spacers too to give it a little bit instead of 12. That'd bring it up a bit higher.
Now, are you going to be? So here's one of the things that I've seen people do: is they put the Pi where they can get the USB connection, and they hook up a touchscreen to the Pi.
Yeah, I will be hooking a touch screen up to it.
Okay. All right. So I've got the extended debug on the TMC drivers, and they're out there just fine. Oh, here you go. Here, go on. I mean, if you're going to use the dumb boards as your primary methodology, right, of getting things out to the tools,
Mhm.
I'm assuming that you're going to have a dumb board on the other end as well.
Right.
So, are you planning on running the cables low or around the sides, or?
That's what I'm trying to think up in my head at the moment.
Okay. That sounds fine.
I'm thinking I'm going to put the dumb boards pretty high so I can get cables run underneath them.
Okay. What if you ran them horizontally along the bottom and then ran the cables, above each of those sockets or those holes at the bottom there?
Say that again. I didn't quite understand what you meant.
So look at your back panel. You see those holes across the bottom?
Oh, the big ones at the bottom, yeah.
Yeah. So what if you ran the dumb boards above each of those holes? I think there's 4 of them, right?
Yeah, well, there's quite a few, but yes.
So run your dumb boards above that. All right, because all of your steppers, well, most of your steppers are going to be either straight up off this panel, right? You got 3 of them there, and then you have 3 underneath. So if your dumb boards are down there, then you are connecting to the dumb board, and the ribbon cable goes. You could tuck the ribbon cable right through that hole and then up underneath the middle of the printer, right? Because that's going to be your access to the inside of the casing. And heck, if you wanted to, mount them over the hole, right?
So the tools are actually in the front of the machine, which is
right.
And then we got to get them to the back of the machine.
And so you run it down the front and then along the bottom of the machine.
Is that how,
throw up, what's that?
Is that how people have been running their cables?
I think they've been running along the sides. But is there any reason not to run it across the bottom or along this,
No, I'm just curious. I hadn't really thought about where the cables... Man, those stepper motors are quite far away from the controller boards, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, for the tools, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they've got to run... Yeah, just having the tools mounted to the front instead of the back is kind of awkward. But yeah, you have a point. So... Let's see. Whoa. Sometimes my chair rolls a lot more than I expect it to.
So you've got 4 of those, right?
Yeah.
That are...
And like you said, the ribbon cable can come through.
Yep.
And
And then the ones on each end you use for your forward Z's. You duck them through there and then out to the rail, and then tuck it inside the rail and run it in there. Run it inside the rail. I mean, that's the visualization that I have.
Man,
but
the holes are just a little shy.
They don't fit the ribbon cables?
No, the ribbon cables will be fine. I meant like as far as the bolt hole or the where the holes are located for bolting it. Like if these things were just a little narrower, then I could just bolt it right on. I'll have to come up with some sort of 3D printed mechanism, which isn't a big deal. I just trying to figure out. I think I'm going to have to possibly mirror these
Yeah.
in order to get the connector over the hole. Or I could give them. No, that won't work. Ooh. Yeah, the middle one is kind of where it falls apart a little bit. I don't know.
Well, remember, there's two on each side. 1, 2, 1, 2. What if you turn them 90 degrees?
Yeah, if you turn them vertical and space them up a little bit, then should be okay, I think.
I don't know if you're trying to do that or not.
Look at
Well,
this.
there goes the board.
Huh?
Now, I was wondering if you turned them 90 degrees, so they were going up and down.
Yeah, that's what I have one right here.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm just
Now remember, see where those rails are on the back, where the holes are. That's going to be the rail.
yeah, right here.
Yeah. What if you just grabbed one of your stubby rails and slipped it over? Oh, there's one of your fuzzy babies just came in.
Oh, the dog. Yeah.
Just as it to give you a reference as to how much space is being taken up.
No, I know. I know what you meant. But it will be on the back side of this, so it really has no real interference with the holes. You probably can't see it very well in the camera, but
No.
I don't. We're good there.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out where the heck my bag of connectors went for Luke's boards. Oh wait. It looks a lot like a bag of duet boards.
Okay.
So it's kind of makes you do a bit of a double take. All right. So we'll shove this in here. Like so. This may look kind of funny, but putting them at 45 degrees actually might be the way to go here. Something like that. I don't know. Let's see. If you put them something along these lines. Damn thing. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that very well, but something like this.
Putting like, are you trying to actually be able? Can you plug it in from the other side?
Yeah, they're mirrored. I mean, the holes are all through holes, so you can mount the connectors wherever you want.
Right, but now the point I remember, you've got not only oh yeah, well, never mind. Duh. You still have to run power too.
Yeah.
In addition, you got those two power connectors.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking about that too.
That's why I was thinking if you went straight over. Luke is sending me mine, but he added straight up connectors instead of right angle connectors for the power ones.
Oh boy, it's late.
Yeah.
You know, if you just trim off the right angle section of it, they're basically straight up connectors.
Yep.
So that shouldn't be a problem to modify. Oh, but yeah.
So is your customer happy now?
Well, I mean, the machine shipped, so that's makes everybody happy.
Yeah.
Oh, no matter which way you slice it, these things are gonna be a little awkward.
Yeah. Not as useful as they might seem.
I don't know if I'd go so far as to say that. But I think it'll still, if I can figure out how to get this going, it'll still be better than trying to divide the ribbon cable all over the place. You know, it really should have a termination. It's just how close these holes are to the dumb board is making it difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the dumb board's significantly longer. And of course you have the high power connections too, which I think we only need one, right?
One high power connection, yeah.
Maybe sacrilegious thinking, but I wonder if I cut off or, well, overlap or something like that with man, these were spaced out a little bit better. This would work really nicely.
What if you just put them on standoffs?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I figured I'd end up doing anyway.
Or how about this? 3D print something that goes into those screws that pops the board up at a slight angle.
Yeah, that's also something that crossed my mind.
You can even stagger the boards.
Problem is I don't know. It would be really useful if the boards just didn't have that last so many millimeters, however many that is, 8, 10, something like that.
Yeah.
And I don't know that it serves any purpose for me. Because so if we rationalize it, the only thing that needs high power that I can think of, obviously, would be the heater.
Yep.
We don't need any high power for fans. They can run off of the...
Nope. Fans can come in on the.
Yeah. The next question is, if I do want to cut off the end of the board, how would I do it cleanly? Razor blade's probably not going to go through this stuff very easy, is it?
The acrylic or the.
Whatever material they made the dumb boards out of.
Fiberglass. So fiberglass laminate with copper over it. You can cut it with a Dremel cutoff wheel. You can also use a hacksaw blade on it. Heck, you could use a laser cut. No, you couldn't use a laser.
Couldn't I?
You could.
I mean, as long as I didn't hit the copper, wouldn't be a problem. Although it'd be a pretty narrow target.
Yeah, pretty much.
It'd be nice if I could do it in some clean fashion. Dremel will be dirty.
Yeah.
Too bad Luke didn't have him like perforate this a little.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah, I don't think that caused any significant,
Are you cutting it off?
Yeah, I was just trying to see if I could even manage anything with a razor blade, and I think the board's just laughing at me.
They're supposed to be pretty tough.
I just wanted to see what would happen.
That's all right. I'm working on. I'm trying to lay out some trying to see what the physical dimensions on this printer are based on my stepper drivers and things like that. Stepping it around the board and working on figuring out some logical offset. So it homes. I can't really adjust the home because the guy I bought this from, and I paid $150 for it, for this Ender 3, it's got a genuine micro Swiss hot end on it, and it's got linear rails on the Z and Y. I'm not sure that they didn't do it on the X, but they put it on the